Howdy, Redesert Boy here. I've been doing a series on EDCs, like EDCs for me, just my personal preference. Maybe ones with a little more heavy duty, more capacity, more firepower. Ones that didn't make the grade. And then I'd like to do this one. And remember, I'm just a hobbyist and enthusiast. These are just my opinions and what works for me. You need to do your own research, talk to your own experts, and once again, you need to make sure that you're in compliance with all your state and local federal firearms laws, regulations, ordinances, permitting, CCWs, training, whatever you need to do. So just to get that out of the way. But this one's about EDCs. Are there any other EDCs that might be, maybe kind of be used once in a while, or they're special purpose, or why do you not use them as part of your regular rotation, that kind of thing. So here's kind of about the other EDCs that I have that work for me. So, and why I did them. Okay, let's kind of look at them in general. This is a Springfield XD-E. So it's a double action, single action with both a safety and decocker. This is a Colt Detective Special. It's a revolver in 38 Special. And this is 45 ACP, I think I said. And this is a Bond Arms Roughneck Derringer in 45 ACP. So what about the different specs on these? This one here, has a 6 or a 7 shot magazine. This one here is 6 rounds, and this one here is 2 rounds. Okay. This one here is about 6.75 inches overall length, right? This one overall length is about 6 3/4 inches. This one here, the overall length is about 4.5 inches. This has a 2.5 inch barrel. This one over here has a 3.3 inch barrel, and this one here has a 2 inch barrel. So as far as the height goes, I'd say this one I think is about in the 4.5 inch range, something like that. This one's in about the 5 inch, maybe 5.25 if you have the other mag in. This other one, I don't know. I'd be kind of guessing. I'm not quite sure what it's at. It's probably about I don't know, about 3 inches, 3.5 inches, something like that. But as far as weight goes, this one over here is 25.6 ounces, right? And if you put, I think, the other magazine in, it makes it 26 with the extra round. This one's 21 ounces, and this one here is 24 ounces, I believe. So this one here, of course, is polymer with steel, sliding barrels. This one's all steel, and this one is steel as well. So very different purposes for each one. So why would I have each one of these? Why did I get this one? Well, to tell you the truth, when I was getting ready to get my CCW, I needed an EDC, and I like 45 ACP a lot at the time. And if you saw one of my other videos about maybe the more heavy duty ones, more full size ones, there's an SP 2022 from SIG that I had. And I was using that as kind of my potential carry along with my Ruger LCR. But I wanted something in 45 ACP that wasn't so big, so I got the XD-E. And I like it because it's double action, single action, and this one happens to also have the capability of putting it in a safety mode. So that was why I got this one. It allowed me to have a compact version without it being a full-size 1911, and allowed me to carry it. It's in a crossbreed holster, which is one of those that can be tucked in. I do have some outside the waistband holsters, but I don't really use it with that. This one here is in a DeSantis gun hide holster with a thumb brake. It's all leather. It's an outside the waistband holster. I like it very much. I might think about getting an inside the waistband one eventually for this, but I like having the thumb brake because this does have a hammer on it, as opposed to the Ruger, for example, or a J-frame that's J-frame without a hammer. And this is a single action, right? This is a double action, single action. This is double action, single action. This here is a single action only. And and it's in a crossbreed holster. I think it's called a snap side or snap slide holster by Crossbreed. So that's why I got this 45, okay? And I did carry it for a while. This holster is not, it doesn't have quite, I don't think it has a combat cut on it, and so I probably would have preferred that. I found out, once I found out the DeSantis gun Cozy Partner holster that I got recently for my Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, they made it for this one, but they discontinued this gun about the time I found that out. If I could find one of those, I might carry this one a little more often, because once this one kind of comes down to the holster, it's not quite as comfortable as I'd like it to be. This one here, I carry on occasion. Why would I carry it maybe instead of the LCR? First of all, it has a single action capability in addition to the double action, and it has 6 rounds instead of 5. And and so that gives you a little difference. It's an all steel gun, so it's a little bit heavier. It's 21 versus 17 ounces, but it is mainly 38 special, and you have to read Colt's guidelines on whether or not you can use plus P in a gun like this. This one here is about a 1994 version. This one here I got because I actually was looking for a 45 caliber, 45 ACP single action revolver that Ruger made, and it was gone. And I decided instead just to pick one of these up because I thought, well, at least it might be a backup for my 1911, or if I have if I get, because these, if you go to Bond Arms, it talks about how you can interchange barrels. Depends on which state you're in, what the laws are, and all that. But if you're allowed to do that, then you can put different barrels on this. And I thought, well, I could put 45 Colt on there maybe, and then I'd be able to use it as a backup to my single action Ruger Blackhawk. So those are the reasons why I have these different guns. You know, you might wonder why you'd have these extra EDCs. And it still gives me an option to have some kind of protection. You have to decide whether or not it works for you to have 2 shots of 45 ACP as opposed to nothing. That's a decision you would need to make for yourself. And whether or not you can shoot this well. This takes some practice. This is not it's an up-close gun, and it's not really a lot of fun to go shooting with a Derringer in most cases. This one here is just a classic firearm. I don't want to take it out all the time, but sometimes it's kind of more comfortable to wear outside the waistband. So I don't have as nice of I don't really have an outside the waistband holster for the Ruger, and sometimes I just feel like having something like this. And I've already talked to you about this. This is mainly just having 45 ACP instead of doing 1911. So I've shared with you my thoughts and opinions, you know, and I hope you go out and find the ones that might work for you, that are kind of those extra ones that you maybe didn't have. You know, this one's from Springfield Armory, Colt, and Bond Arms. There's always other alternatives out there. You might find one you like. It's kind of an offbeat one, like a Chiappa, or because you like the way it's designed and the way it shoots. There's just different options out there, provided it meets your, once again, we come back to the purpose and practicality, the simplicity and shootability, and the comfort and the concealability. These are all concealable. This one's not quite as comfortable. These other ones are fine. These are very simple. Oh, by the way, just in case you've been worried all this time, it's loaded. There's nothing in the magazine. It's unloaded there. We can decock it. This one here, we'll take the thumb brake off here. Yes, it's unlocked. Colt's pulled back. There's no rounds in it. It's an empty gun. So I don't want you to get excited that I maybe forgot that. And we'll look at this here Derringer, and looking at the Derringer here, making sure that it's unloaded. go ahead and pull it back. We can see that it's unloaded. There's no rounds in it. So anyway, that was my reasons for those. And as far as coming back to the things we were doing, they all meet a specific purpose. They are practical for me. And as far as shootability goes, this one works well, this one works well. This one, it definitely takes some practice, but it can be used. In my opinion, for me, you have to decide that for yourself. So thanks a lot. As Reed Desert Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.